Na, 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 na.
Hanging out, down the street, the same old thing. We did last week. Not a thing to do, but talk to you. We're all right. We're all right. Hello, Wisconsin.
Boy, how did it go? Boy, how did it all out go crazy?
Talk that talk, Los. Talk that talk for me.
What a show. What a show. Now, we had high expectations for AEW All Out, if you recall last week's episode or pre-show. 100% forgot which one we previewed All Out.
I think it was
However,
the pre-show. But anyway.
I don't remember. Regardless, boy, did it exceed the expectations. That was probably the best wrestling pay-per-view I've watched in years.
A very long time.
Years.
I agree. Listen, you know me, I've been beating the drum for AEW since its inception.
Yes, you have.
So I'm like a kid in a candy store right now. I'm just like, yes, let it all fall. You can't go wrong right now. And then I got 2 TV shows on cable television 2 nights a week.
And which honestly, man, you kind of deserve to be a kid in a candy store because, like you said, you have been ranting and raving about AEW, telling us that it's a superior show. And not only were you right, Kenny, and I know that feeds your happiness in life. But
you could have said ego.
All right, yeah. Not only does that feed your ego, but but people are actually starting to draw into it as well. And that's another thing that makes you as happy as a kid in a candy store, as you said.
And also feeds my ego.
You have more people to talk to about this wrestling shit. So
listen, I just want people, like everything that I do, I just want people to be happy. And the WWE wasn't making people happy. You know what I'm saying? People were just going on with the nostalgia, but it's like at some point nostalgia ends. You know what I'm saying? You gotta have something fresh. You know what I'm saying? So
yep.
I'm excited. And I hope they keep going the trajectory they're going because man, they're doing great. And like, listen, I don't know if you want to go match by match or just give an overall review.
No, we will. We will.
All right, go ahead. I'll go say my thoughts for the end at the end of the review.
Because I need a way to close this pre-show, and
let's do it.
I'm glad you do. But with that being said, the reason why people just started falling out on wrestling is the fact of the matter that the shit was bland at WWE. And it's like, yeah, you have your high moments, with Sasha Banks, with Bianca Belair, with Roman Reigns. I still don't.
No, don't you ever.
I don't get the allure. I just don't.
The only thing good about Roman Reigns right now is that Brock Lesnar is that.
Brock Lesnar. So, like, I get it. You have your high points, but otherwise, what else is there? Like, you put them before the end of the show. Nobody's going to want to stick around to the end of the show. Let's just put it that way. Right? So, the fact of the matter that now at this point, Vince and Pritch are taking over NXT. I don't know where that's going to go. I don't think it's going to go well, but I may be wrong. But nonetheless, it just looks, it was just stale and people just stopped drawing to it. And then they try to cover it up with nostalgia and put a band-aid over things to draw the people that initially left.
Right.
Nostalgia off of now the ruthless aggression era. That's when people started to leave.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So
Exactly.
it's messy trying to keep with the nostalgia route. Yes, you gotta give them something fresh, and WWE just can't do so. So, with that being said, AEW, they don't have a get down similar loose that which as shit because you know what I'm saying. But when you see loose wrestling, it feels in real life, as
Right.
opposed to WWE where it looks like actual like showmanship.
Right.
And at a certain point, people start to get tired of it. You can only put on but such great matches with such a cap on you.
Right.
And when you leave that company, that's the thing. People see these indie darlings come into WWE knowing what they're capable of. And then once they get to WWE, they're pretty much kind of squandered for the most part. Like they have an excellent run in NXT once they get to the main roster. So it's good to see an alternative WWE. And then it's even better to see these WWE, I don't want to say rejects.
Outcasts.
Dropouts either.
Call them outcasts.
Outcasts, I guess you could say. You get these WWE outcasts coming in the AEW, and boom, they're putting on shows.
Mm-hmm.
Better shows than
headlining shows, actually.
Headlining even. You know what I'm saying? Because WWE didn't know how to utilize them.
Yeah, prime example was Jon Moxley.
Yep. So that could be a more prime. That could be any primer of an example. Listen, I look back at the Shield days, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, all right, so they want Dean Ambrose to be the talker. I'm like, okay. He doesn't really have much as far as talking goes. And I'm starting to realize because how they wanted him to talk.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Then once you get into him leaving the Shield breaking up or whatever, him going solo, so on and so forth, he wanted to give you Jon Moxley.
Mm-hmm.
But
they wouldn't let him.
They watered him the fuck down.
Right.
And it made him look like trash. Like it didn't even make him look like trash because you saw there was some coolness just begging to come out. It's like WWE was holding it back for the most part. That's how you got that whole that whole shot angle where he's getting a shot on his ass like during a promo. Like how did we get here? You know?
Oh, it's your famous saying, what are we even doing here?
Exactly. What are we even doing here? So him leaving WWE was easily the best thing to happen to his career because now he's back to the indies with an even bigger following. Mm-hmm. And that's what you wanted in the first place for real.
And 10 times better and 10 times better promos.
And boy,
a million times better promos.
Oh,
when that man went on that soliloquy talking about it's time to remind people who was carrying this company through dark days, through empty buildings. Like, yes, it was him.
like the thing about Mox is that Khan gave him free reign. Man, that promotion gives these wrestlers free reign to say whatever the fuck they want, so long as y'all not fucking up the money, and y'all have some no better and common goddamn sense. Say whatever the hell you want.
What Khan says, here are the ground rules of when you can do this. You respect these rules, you do whatever you want.
Exactly. And as long as you respect the rules, you can say whatever the hell you want. That's how you get MJF's promo on Dynamite this week. Or was it Rampage?
I think it was Rampage. I don't know. I don't know. My week was a little bad, so I didn't watch as much.
My week runs by, and both shows were good. So okay. I can't remember which one it was on. Like that's going to be scary to fathom. The fact that the episodes of both shows of the week are so good, you don't remember if a standout moment happened on Dynamite or if it happened on Rampage.
Which is totally the opposite of Nitro and Thunder, by the way. Don't compare the two.
If a standout moment happened on Thunder, it was shocking. Dude, it happened on Thunder.
But people keep comparing it to Nitro and Thunder, and it's been making me mad. I'm like, no, it's nothing like Nitro.
Oh no, Thunder was literally Nitro's shitty little brother.
And let's get into these matches, though.
Yes, because that's the main point. Because we talk about bad Mox. Oh, we got some, man. Yeah. All right. So we start with the buy-in. The buy-in is the pre-show. That's the crazy part about it. You want to watch the pre-show with this promotion.
And you know how much I do not like pre-show.
Ceremoniously. So the buy-in was Orange Cassidy, Wheeler Yuta, Chuck Taylor, the 3 of the 4 best friends, and Jurassic Express versus Matt Hardy, Private Party, and TH2, in which, if I'm not mistaken, Best Friends and Jurassic Express won that.
I believe so, yeah.
Yes. So I'm going to try to go in order the best way I can.
Just go in the order that you got it. It's fine.
It's in random order. However, the first match was for the TNT Championship. And to have a championship match open up with such a banger, such as Eddie Kingston versus Miro,
aka God's favorite son, the Redeemer. I absolutely love that gimmick. That
was so goddamn good, man. I love Eddie Kingston.
Eddie Kingston is great.
I do.
They're both great, man.
They're both great. They're both dope. Like, that's what I love about it. Like, they're both dope. And to give me a match where it's like, I don't know who wins, and I kind of could care less, even though I'd love the challenger to get a run. I still love the championship to keep his run going. Those are the best matches.
Those are the best matches. And I think the best part of the match was after on social media when Miro tweets, "You ask, you shall receive. Your nest has been redeemed." In which Lana retweets, "I'll redeem yours when you come home tonight."
Lana is indirectly building Miro's gimmick from a whole nother promotion. Oh wait, no, Lana is a free agent.
She's a free agent.
Yeah. The wife is going to be coming in very soon. I see it already.
Yep, it's gonna be great.
He loves God. He loves his wife. Yep. Best gimmick probably had.
Yep, I love it.
Up next was I want to say it was, for the AEW Women's World Championship match. Chris Statlander versus Dr. Britt Baker, DMD.
Yeah, I saw that one when I came in the house from your house. That was like the third match, I think.
Oh, that was the third one?
Yeah, I think it was another one. No, you said Mox was fighting.
Yeah,
Didn't he go like second? Whatever. Let's just go in the order that you got it. We're not even tripping. Just go ahead.
Yeah. Fuck it. Let's go random order at this point. I'm over it.
This is so. But that breaker, Chris Statlander.
But it went crazy. It went absolutely crazy. And then they Britt Baker did the Panama Sunrise, and they called it the Pittsburgh Sunrise.
Yeah, Pittsburgh Sunrise. I was like, yeah.
I'm like, you know what this means now, Dr. Baker? You got to start doing it regularly.
You have
a name for it. It goes crazy. You got to do it now.
Pittsburgh Sunrise. I'm like, yes.
What a dope name for it.
What a dope name.
The Panama Sunrise. So much better.
Yeah, I like Pittsburgh Sunrise. I want a Philadelphia Sunrise. Someone do a Philadelphia Sunrise, and then someone do a Gaithersburg Sunrise. We want sunrise. We want sunrises for the places we would live and we love.
None of us are getting that shit.
I'm gonna do it on 2K22 or the AEW game. I'm gonna rename it.
I know one thing's for sure. I am going to have a signature move in 2K22, and it's going to be the Gaithersburg something. Right. Understand that.
Right. You listen here.
So
absolutely beautiful.
So yeah, that and then not only that, it looked like she had the W. Chris Statlander kicked out of that. Boom, right into the lockjaw. You're not getting out of that one.
Yeah, buddy. You're not getting out of that, baby.
Hey, you know,
a modern day Mandible Claw, if you will.
Orange Cassidy was at ringside, and you got an uncharacteristic Orange Cassidy, like shouting Chris to get her ass in the ring before she gets counted out. Right. That was dope. I was like, that you don't see Orange Cassidy with emotion often.
No, you do not.
You know, so you gotta take heed of that. We have the final fight: Chris Jericho versus MJF. I love how this shit began.
Yes. Let's talk about it. Can we talk about how MJF is easily the best heel in this business right now?
Listen.
Can we talk about it? Because first of all, before the match even begins, we get the interest. The interest has the countdown. Everybody's thinking, oh, Jericho going nostalgia? They let him do this? Oh, okay, cool. And all we see is when the countdown ends, all we get is Jericho's last fight. I'm like, oh, this MJF is a jerk. Side note, Hurst going crazy with this deep ball. Zach
it didn't even hit me until I heard MJF's music.
Mm-hmm.
That's how long it took me. When I heard MJF's music, I said, bravo, MJF. That's excellent work.
Excellent work.
But then you get Jericho, and as I'm getting the entrance music regularly, he had his guitarist from his band Fozzy,
which was dope.
Solo the tune to his song. And which the crowd is going to fill the rest of that in. You know what I'm saying? And the shit looked like you ever watched the like a war movie trailer? and they give you that music that's like it's supposed to be hard as hell. As like a like the eye of the storm of some hard shit that's about to happen.
Right.
Like, that's what that shit was like. You know what I'm saying? So like him coming out, it was like him going to war for the last time. Like he might take this L.
Yeah. It was and then he had like a vest that said established what 1992 or something like that?
1993.
Yeah.
I said, yeah, this is crazy. I love that shit. I was like, he need to keep that vest for real. That let him know how long he been in this shit.
I've been doing this for a mighty long time. And I'm still good.
Been doing it for as long as MJF's been alive.
Correct.
Maybe longer.
Maybe.
You know what I mean? We show some goddamn respect.
He sure has been doing it longer than I've been alive.
The match, however, until we get the old dusty finish.
Yep.
Kenny, do you mind telling the audience what exactly is a dusty finish?
Dusty finish is, I don't know. I don't know. No, the dusty finish is when you assume that the outcome has come, but then they turn around and they start the matchup, and then you proceed the person that you thought.
Bingo.
Of course, I know what a dusty finish is. I wouldn't be on a wrestling-based podcast if I didn't know what it was. It was great though, and I haven't seen a finish like that in a very long time. I haven't seen that in a long time.
And that's the best part about it. You don't see it often anymore because it got tiring. But now it's refreshing every time you see it. Now it's one of those type of things. It's like when you retro things. So
this happened. And it's always so good because I was so invested. Like, his foot was on the rope. That's how you know it's good.
That's happened in the form of Jericho catching the his bat to the face by MJF, at which JR had the funniest fucking response to that. He's like, isn't the bat named Doug? That's not what he said. I was just asking. Like, the bat's name's Doug or something like that, right?
I think so, yeah.
So JR was like, has Douglas turned on Jericho? I was like, no. I said no. And then MJF handed Jericho his own finisher, the Judas Effect. MJF goes for the pin. 1, 2. Jericho puts a leg on the rope. 3. However, referee did not see it, at which, Aubrey called the match. MJF wins, or so we think. Another referee comes down to the ring. Referee's like, hey, listen, Jericho's foot was on the rope. You gotta run the match back. So, Aubrey was like, are you sure? Like, that's what you saw. He like, nah, I was watching it like from the curtain. You know what I'm saying? Like, he had foot on the rope by 2. Aubrey goes, all right, bet. Run this bitch back. And when Jericho goes on to put it away. And with that being said, Jericho can still wrestle in AEW.
Yep. And a great story build for that too, after losing the previous 3 times to MJF.
We got the Casino Battle Royale for an AEW Women's Championship opportunity, in which the last 3 came down to Nyla Rose,
Thunder Rosa.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Thunder Rosa.
I thought Britt Baker's other henchwoman was in the final 3 for a moment. I don't know why, but yeah, Nyla Rose, Thunder Rosa, and
for those who could not hear him when the sound cut out, he said the newly acquired Ruby Soho, aka formerly known as Ruby Riott. You should be back now.
Yeah, I missed everything. Shutting off the Wi-Fi on my phone and my tablet.
Yeah, I just pretty much told him who was in the match.
My mom is lying about the Wi-Fi. Let's say that.
Lord have mercy. All right, well, since you got Wi-Fi troubles, then we got a whole show. Let's speed it up then.
For the most part. At any rate, yeah. So Ruby Soho, originally Ruby Riott in the WWE, Heidi Lovelace in the Indies. You know her. You know her.
No,
so so Nyla Rose gets kicked out by Thunder Rosa her goddamn self, which honestly, because my thing is like, Nyla Rose is the giantress or the big woman in the division,
right?
So when you individually can put the big person over the ropes, you're essentially a powerhouse. Kind of established powerhouse ability, at the least. That was one thing I took away from that. But then it came down to Ruby Soho and Thunder Rosa, and they Ruby Soho eliminates Thunder Rosa, in case you didn't hear that. So then we had Jon Moxley versus Satoshi Kojima. That match was violent.
That's the one I missed, and I was very upset. Well, I didn't think that was gonna come on that early.
They were literally biting each other's foreheads. It was wild. So then after that match, Hiro Suzuki came out to let that motherfucking box know, I'm out here now.
The forbidden door has been opened.
Yeah. And then we had CM Punk back in the ring for the first time in 7 years versus Darby Allin.
We see a lot more of this. AEW programming.
That was a pretty good match. I said that, I expect CM Punk to have ring rust, but the match still be good. If he didn't have ring rust, that'd be a plus. Well, obviously he had a little bit of ring rust, but the match still managed to be really good.
Mm-hmm. You can tell as the match was going off. He started shaking a little bit more.
Yeah, like it's like riding a bike for him. He just had to get back on it.
The match is so good. Like he said, all right, I'm gonna start with what I know. Let's go do this collar, take up, tie up, whatever, and then give him technical wrestling, and then
let's go a little earlier than that. The sight game.
Oh yeah, just sit there. Oh yeah, when they just staring at each other.
Because Darby has that thing like Raven, where he'll sit at the bottom rope corner, just waiting on him.
Right.
He didn't even, get up when CM Punk, finished his entrance. And when CM Punk noticed that, so CM Punk got in front of him in the middle of the ring and did his deal.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sitting cross-legged. Mm-hmm. And they just had to stare at it like that for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I said, "Oh, he back, all right."
No, he here. He's like, "I already know."
I said, "We get back. We immediately get back into mind gaming. He's back. Mm-hmm. All right, cool. Let's get to the physical portion." So we get to the collar and elbow, as you were saying.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you want me to finish? Oh, and then they just put on a technical clinic with a lot of arm drags, I see some shoulder charges too. I'm like, look at this textbook one-on-one wrestling exam that we getting here. And then from there on, I think the spot where Darby goes and does I want to call it a sunset flip. It's not sunset flip. It's like not a suicide dive, but like a moonsault dive, front flip off the top rope to the outside. I think that's the spot where you can see CM Punk's ring rust. Huh?
A barrel roll.
No. Top rope outside. Is that a barrel roll? Is that what
it is? Is he hands off the rope flipping forward?
Yes, he's at the top of the turnbuckle, flipping forward.
Oh. It might be a swanton.
Yeah, swanton. Damn it, swanton. Yeah, front first swanton. When he hit the swanton, I wasn't thinking about Jeff Hardy. Okay. Yeah. But that spot, I think when you see Punk really starting to shake off that ring rust.
Yeah, for the most part. Because then it gets to a part where Darby tried to catch him slipping off the top rope, and this motherfucker CM Punk immediately rose up like the Undertaker and just had
He tried to catch it with a coffin drop and CM Punk sit up.
Yeah, coffin drop. Mm-hmm. It's like, I'll show you coffin. I don't think it's about coffins.
You know what?
Or Punk wins with a go to sleep. And man, good match. So then we had a steel cage match for the AEW Tag Team Championship. Lucha Bros versus the Young Bucks. Kenny, I mentioned that match being the highlight match that I particularly wanted to see. And boy, was I glad I watched it.
Yes, indeed.
Woo! Oh my gosh!
That was
a slaughter knocker.
Yeah, slaughter knocker. Listen,
everyone died multiple times. Though it was awesome. So fucking awesome.
Death is not fun, but in wrestling it is.
2-on-2 cage match, and everyone died multiple times. Like there were at least like 24 deaths, at least.
Bro, when these dummies pull out thumbtack Jordans.
Yes, Jordans with thumbtack soles.
It's like, bro, these dummies got Jordans with thumbtack soles. Oh yeah, bong, bong, bong. Everybody catches super kicks.
Ray Phoenix dove off the cage.
Man. Them boys going crazy in that cage, man.
Matt Jackson took a Canadian Destroyer off the top rope.
Yes. Absolutely beautiful. Like they
was disgusting.
Everything about this match had a lot of technical skill in it. It was amazing.
It was so amazing. There was not one down moment in that entire match, dog. It was so awesome. You had moments where the older brothers in the group started getting to it because these are two sibling tag teams. The older brothers started getting to it. The younger brother started getting to it. The younger brother started taking care of the work for the older brother, picking up the slack. The older brother.
They just started going crazy. Yeah, chef kiss. That's all you can say. Chef kiss. I feel like it's a couple more matches on this card.
Yeah, there was goddamn Paul White versus QT Marshall, which I expected to be a wash. It ended up being a wash.
I think it was just. Yeah, Paul just wanted to get his feet wet in the ring again now that he was healthy.
Right.
And honestly, for him to do what he does, he can still do what he does best. Let's be a giant. Let me tell you something. Them knife edge chops still going crazy.
Yeah. But that hip surgery got him walking like Mick Foley. That's concerning. So
yeah.
That's concerning.
I don't think he'll be doing that often though.
Yeah, exactly. If he's occasional, then yeah, all right, cool. But if you got him doing it like on a weekly
every week, then he's not doing that on a weekly basis.
Yeah, I've got to chill. Paul, relax, bro.
Yeah.
I don't mind you on commentary right now. I don't.
Right. I know you see everybody getting antsy, getting back in the swing, and you want to be a part of it, but you gotta be mindful of what you do. And like, don't let Mark Henry try to get in the ring, please. Please, Mark.
It's like Paul White's voice on commentary is distinctive to me, and that's why I like it, because it makes me comfortable. And Mark Henry's voice on commentary is kind of like Clyde Frazier on commentary. It's gonna make me laugh. It's informative. I'm gonna learn.
But it's gonna make you laugh while you learn.
Make me laugh.
Correct. Man, this boy Devonta Smith got hands like glue. I'm sorry.
I haven't tuned into that game one bit.
I know. I just got it up. We keep going.
At any rate. And then we got our main event of the evening. Yeah, I believe I didn't skip over any match. Yep, I covered them all. AEW World Championship match, Kenny Omega versus Christian Cage. And listen,
I will say this after you make your point. For me, like I text you, the match was going a little slow. I was losing a little interest, but once the pace picked up again, very excellent.
Yes. Like, the thing about certain matches, right, is that you can't always have it be a hoss fight. You can't always have it be a banger. Some of your matches got to be Triple H matches. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. You got to build that shit up because it's the anticipation of it all. The end. Well, the thing is that the anticipation of it all kind of missed off the simple strength that the crowd knew how this was going to pan out. Mm-hmm. There was no way Christian Cage was going to take both the TNA championship and the AEW championship from Kenny Omega.
Right.
By logic. So they're like, all right, fine. You know why we're here?
Mm-hmm. Right. We know the result. Give us something to watch.
Comes in, they start beating on Christian Cage. Kenny Omega says that the only people that are able to even attempt to beat me are either out, they are saying
they're somewhere else. They're already tired,
or they're
already dead. Mm-hmm.
Well, as soon as he said they're dead, well, the lights go out. And out comes Adam Cole.
Well, you know it's all about that boom.
That joke hurts. That joke sound like what WWE tried to do for solo run entrance music and completely blew it. That joke is that Cranksky.
Bro, the crowd erupted. And watching the background of it, he didn't even know he was going to be there like 3 days ago. Before that.
Nope.
So which made it, so that means nobody knew. Like they had a feeling, but nobody knew it was going to be all out.
No one knew but him until he found out. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
Otherwise, no one else knew.
Well, Kenny kind of knew because Kenny posted that photo of Adam Cole on Instagram.
Sure. And then we also got the Pittsburgh Sunrise that night. So,
yeah.
People knew that night. Right. But prior to that night, no one knew. It was just a huge surprise for Britt when he showed up. So Adam Cole shows up, and it looks as if he's going to help out Jurassic Express and Christian Cage with the Elite. But if you know Adam Cole's history with the Elite, you knew what was going to happen the moment he came out.
Yep, one of these Jurassic. One of these Jurassic Express boys. Shit. One of these Jurassic Express boys is catching a super kick to the dome ski.
Literally, my exact words when Adam Cole came out. Oh shit! The Elite got Adam Cole now. So this is unfair.
Carson Wentz threw a touchdown pass.
Everybody now is like, you know what's about to happen, right? Look out, fucking what is his name? Jurassic Sword? No.
Luchasaurus.
God damn. I was like, look out, Luchasaurus. He's going to super kick the fuck out of you. Yep. There it is. All right. There we go. And they celebrate it. And then. I'm like, oh, I got a remix of this show?
Yeah, he got a trap version. I'm like, oh
shit. I didn't know you listen to trap music. Bryan Danielson comes out and he essentially cleans house. And that's how AEW ends. Listen, before Kenny caps this review off for pre-show, I just want to say everything that they did production-wise, card setup, like card order, just perfect. Everything was perfect. And honestly, you can't have a better pay-per-view than that. If you didn't have any people that were coming in. 2 people debuted that night, right? 2 more people showed up as new, members of the roster. Bro, AEW is a Super Smash Brothers of wrestling right now. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So who's to say throughout the duration of the rest of this year and any of the next pay-per-views, they won't give us one guest appearance or one new roster member to drop during their pay-per-views. Bro, AEW would get so much leverage if they don't have it now, as if they don't have it now. And this whole year and getting the upper hand on getting more viewers than WWE will trying to get people into NXT, for example.
Right.
I was like, yo, man.
And I'm glad you say that because that leads me into my final thought about this pay-per-view. You see how what AEW is doing, what you just mentioned about with the talent? They're coming in and they're making them superstar status off the rip.
Off Rip Zini.
So it's like, because they're giving them superstar status and platform off the rip, the fans of those wrestlers that felt like they weren't done right in previous promotions, they're already invested because they wanted to see one of their favorites grow. And they wanted to see one of their favorite characters develop. Just imagine if someone like Cesaro was to come to AEW.
Oh my God. Exactly.
Or someone like a Shinsuke.
Exactly. And you know what? Just wait on it, because listen.
Or Kevin Steen.
I was just about to say that. His contract is out, and he hasn't resigned yet.
He sure hasn't.
So, and then he has history with the Elite.
Mm-hmm.
Man, listen. It's going to get to a certain point where WWE is only going to have left their homegrown talent, and their homegrown talent isn't going to necessarily hold up a candle to the talent that they brought in from independent promotions.
Mm-hmm. The NXT darlings about to become superstars.
Now they just brought in Gable Stevenson, the men's wrestling champion, Olympic gold medalist from this year, and it's like, dog, when they brought him and I forgot the female gold medalist.
Yeah, I forgot her name too.
Just that fucking fat. Nah, I'm gonna look it up because
I can't remember it.
We're gonna show her some goddamn respect.
Yeah.
No. There it is. Tamara Mensah's stock.
Ooh.
So they brought in Gable and Tamara on like an episode of Monday Night Raw or something like that to just like, introduce them to the WWE universe, I guess.
Yeah, I thought they brought them out at SummerSlam.
And it's like both of them got some swagger about them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
Like a brother and a sister. You know what I'm saying? They got some swagger about them. They better not fuck up either one of them if they do manage to get Mensah stock.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Because if y'all do that, that's going to be the writing on the wall for everyone. Because you're touting this as like you're touting this right now. Like you are signing another Olympic gold medalist wrestler.
Correct.
Which is your first one since Kurt Angle and Mark Henry.
Correct. It's time. It's time.
You see how y'all fucked up the money with them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You had some good going with Kurt Angle. Kurt told you he could still wrestle. You told him you can't. He can't. He's too injured. So he went to TNA.
Mm-hmm. And if you think about it, to shorten it, you know what I'm saying? Well, make your point first. Then I'll say this.
He took it. He ran his career ran longer in TNA than it did WWE.
Mm-hmm.
Mark Henry, the silverback gimmick. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, and my final thought on it, then we can close the free show. Is that the same thing that you just talking about? They've been doing that for years. Same thing with Macho Man. They did it. Same thing with Brett. They did that. Same thing with Mick. Same thing. They did that to a lot of people. People that still had something in the tank. They went on and they went to have something left in the tank, and they were stars still. So kudos to AEW for doing it the right way, and then people that really say they have something left in the tank go out there with all health precautions.
That was good. Nonetheless, this is probably the longest pre-show we fucking had. Late pre-show ran long.
Gotta be at least like 30 minutes. Let's go ahead and rein it in and get ready for the show.
Probably like 45, 50 minutes long.
I don't think it's that long. I hope not. Well, it is about to be halftime, so maybe it wasn't long. Good Lord.
Exactly.
All right.
I just hope you have a good team conjured up and you don't piss me off.
I hope so.